Although the unemployment rate continued to decline and is at its lowest point in 16 years, it did so for the wrong reasons. And job growth was weak, but temporary help services continued to make new milestones. Hello, this is Bruce Steinberg of Steinberg Employment Research.com reviewing May 2017 U.S. employment trends and developments. The Current Population Survey, or CPS, but commonly known as the Household Survey, reports the unemployment rate moved down 0.1% to 4.3% in May. It hasn't been at this level since May 2001. The labor force contracted by 429,000 in May. At the same time, there were 233,000 fewer employed persons, but also 195,000 fewer unemployed persons. In addition, there were 608,000 more people considered as no longer in the labor force. In other words, the relatively large decline in the number of employed persons, and although the number of unemployed persons also declined, the contraction in the size of the overall labor force was so big that the unemployment rate fell, and to a level it hasn't been at in 16 years. The results from the Survey of Businesses, officially the Current Employment Statistics Program, or CES, but more commonly referred to as the Job Survey or Report, overall job growth was only 138,000 in May, which was below consensus estimates and below April's 174,000, but still much better than 1 year prior growth of only 43,000 in May 2016. The private goods-producing sector was up 16,000 in May, and that was only slightly lower than the increase of 19,000 in April. However, a year ago, in May 2016, it was down by 44,000. Manufacturing growth, which had increased 11,000 in April, lost 1,000 jobs in May. However, a year ago, in May 2016, manufacturing was down 21,000 jobs. The construction sector, which had been growing like mushrooms after spring rain during the winter, may have regained its mojo and was up 11,000 in May after losing 1,000 in April. A year ago, in May 2016, it was down 14,000. Mining and logging, which had declined 9,000 1 year ago in May 2016, it was up 6,000 in May after adding 9,000 in April. The private service providing sector gained 131,000 jobs in May, which was less than April's growth of 154,000. A year ago, in May 2016, it was up 61,000. Reports of the death spiral of the retail trade sector does not appear to be fake news, as it continued to suffer with a loss of 6,100 in May that follows losses of 5,800 in April and almost 40,000 in March. A year ago, in May 2016, it was up 8,800. The professional and business services sector was up 38,000 in May, which was the same amount of growth it experienced in April. A year ago, in May 2016, it was up only 28,000. Computer systems design and related services was essentially flat, with a 200-job decline in May after increasing by 1,200 in April. The education and health services sector added 47,000 jobs in May, with its highly seasonal educational services subsector up almost 15,000 jobs. Home health care services was up 2,500 jobs in May, which was much weaker than the 6,300 job growth it experienced in April. Hiring in the leisure and hospitality sector continued to staff up to the summer season with a gain of 31,000 in May after adding 58,000 in April. A year ago, in May 2016, it was up only 9,000. The total number of government jobs was down 9,000. In May, the federal government was up 8,000, state government was down 8,000, so that means local government was down 9,000. Temporary help services growth accelerated and topped the 3 million job mark for the second consecutive month to 3,016,300 jobs in May, which was a gain of almost 13,000 jobs. This was sequential growth of 0.4% and year-over-year growth of 4.9%. Temporary help's market share in May, that is its portion of all jobs, also hit a new high and topped 2.06%, or 2.0641%, compared to April's figure of also 2.06%, but was incrementally lower at 2.0572%. A year ago, in April 2016, it was just under 2%, or 1.9989%. Although the unemployment rate continued to decline, it did so because of significant shrinkage in the size of the labor force, likely due to shifting population demographics, since there are also fewer employed persons. Job growth was weak by any definition. Add in anecdotal reports from many sources, including the Federal Reserve Bank's Beige Book, which was released earlier this week, telling a story that the lack of properly skilled and even just employable people for lower skilled positions, employers are not able to, even though they want to, create jobs and hire more people. It will be a challenge for the nation's economy to grow under these circumstances. This has been Bruce Steinberg, and this is just a brief sample of the employment data and analysis we provide.